Welcome to Moodle at Cornell Cooperative Extension. This is an introduction for learners who are new to the system. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to step you through the process of creating an account, logging in, and using the discussion board, which should get you up and running in your new course. Here we are at the Moodle homepage at Cornell Cooperative Extension. You've registered for a course and received instructions from your course instructor on how to connect. And the first thing you need to do is create a new account. So we're going to go up here where it says in the upper right corner, you are not logged in, and we're going to click the login button. And you can see there are three options here actually. Returning to the website, and I've logged in as a test user previously just to make sure everything would work. And you can see my username has been stored here by my browser. And I just have to plug in my password. And that's what you'll do after you create your account. Now, because it's your first time here, or if it is your first time here, you want to create a new account. So we're going to click this big button here that says Create New Account. And it's going to ask you for some basic details. Your username, you're free to pick a username to your liking. Password has certain requirements, but they're not too stringent. And if you check the unmask box, that will show you your password as you type it in, which is, I find, very helpful. You'll need an email address, obviously. And it asks for your first and last name, what city or town you're from, and then what country. And then you click the Create New Account button, and it will create your account for you. Now I'm going to go back to the login screen, because once I've created my account, I'm going to want to go and log in here. And I enter my username, which I chose when I created my account, and the password, and I click the login button. This takes me to my online courses homepage again. And there's a good chance that your instructor emailed a direct link to your course. But if you don't have that direct link, you can browse to navigate to the course. And we're going to click on this. And you can see that in this particular course, I've already logged in before, so I don't need an enrollment key. But we're going to go back and select one that I have not enrolled in before, and it's asking me for an enrollment key. And again, the key is just a way to ensure that the community of learners within the system is actually the community the instructor hopes for and wants. You should have received the enrollment key in the email from your instructor. So you just type that in here. I'm going to click Enroll Me. And now I have access to the course. Now, I should also receive a message from the system that is a welcome to the course message. And you can see here, welcome to new BF 105 Machinery and Equipment, evaluating what's right for your operation, with a link to edit my profile page. So you can go in and edit your profile. It's always nice, I find, to have a picture. So if you go to your profile, and you can either click that direct link, or on the navigation block here, this is your navigation. It keeps track of the courses that you're enrolled in. And you can also go to your profile. So if I click View Profile, this is where I have my information for the country I'm from and the town, courses I'm enrolled in. And you can see under Settings here, I have the option to edit my profile. So I'm going to click that. And there are some options here that I can pay attention to. Forum tracking is one you may want to pay some attention to. If I do Yes, highlight new posts for me under forum tracking, that will give me a visual cue as to what new posts have been added to discussions that I'm involved in. So when I come to the course, I can actually go into the discussion and it will flag for me the posts that I haven't read. I find that very useful. The forum auto-subscribe is something that will have you receive emails when people post to forums that you're participating in, so you can either choose to have that active or not. Some people find it very useful, some people find it more clutter in their inbox. Down here you can add a picture, so we're going to just choose a picture. And I want to step you through that process again. The process for choosing files is consistent throughout the system, so if you know how to upload a picture of yourself, you can then upload any Word documents or other documents that you may need for your course. So we're going to go through the process here quickly. I'm going to choose a file, and I want to upload a file. So I click the file selector, and this gives me a pretty standard browse file selector, and I'm just looking for a picture I can throw up here. And I double click to select it. You can see that it's chosen this file. I click upload, and I can give it a description. I can enter a list of interests, so if I were interested in, let's see, since we're talking about tractors, John Deere, International, and so on and so forth. You can separate those by interest, and then separate those by commas, pardon me. Then there's some optional information you could put in here. If you have a web page or a blog, you can put that in there. And all this other optional information. So if I click Update Profile, you can see it's added my picture, it's given me an interest. So now if I click on this interest, John Deere for instance, it will show me all users who are interested in that topic or have identified themselves as having an interest in that topic. At this point I'm the only one, but were there other people I could find them, click on their pictures and see their profile information. So creating a profile is just a nice way to give yourself an identity within the course so that other people can have a better idea of who you are, what some of your interests are, and things like that. So let's go back into our course here and take a look at what options we have as participants in this online course. You'll notice that there are some icons here that mark a lot of the items. The two faces facing each other indicate that it's a discussion board or a forum. There are some other icons that indicate links to internet sites. The little globe will give you something that's going to take you to the internet. You also see over here on the left-hand side you have navigation, and underneath that you have settings. You can choose to unenroll yourself, but you probably won't want to do that. And there is a grades option here. So if you do take quizzes, you'll be able to view all your grades by clicking this one button. And you can see that I've taken none of the quizzes, and so I have no grades. Go back here to our home page again. We just want to take a quick look at a forum, so we're going to click on the technical feedback link. And you can see that there's a message here about improving the course. If you see things you like or don't like, you should add a post here. So I'm going to add a new topic. I click the button that says Add New Topic, and it asks for a subject, and this is a test post. Now beneath the subject is the message block area, and you can see there are some basic editing features you can take advantage of here if you like. For now I'm just going to say just a test post because we just want to put something in there. Now if I want to bold to emphasize, I highlight the text that I want to bold and I can bold it there. If I wanted to include in my post a link to an external website, if I were sharing something with my fellow students, I would highlight the word that I want to use and click the little Insert Edit Link button. And that brings up a pretty standard block, and we're just going to type a URL in here and insert that. And you can see it turns the text blue and makes it a hyperlink. I can also add attachments to my discussion post. So if I wanted to add a PDF that I had found somewhere or a file that I was working on, I could certainly do that. And you can see the subscription option again here. I don't want copies of emails. I don't want email copies of the post to this forum so that my inbox doesn't get cluttered up. I click Post. And the message here tells me I have 30 minutes left to edit my post. So for the next half hour I can actually go in here and make changes, correct typos, which I'm occasionally prone to doing. Not correcting them, but creating them. It's always nice to go in and correct any typos or misspellings, just because it makes you look a little bit more like you know what you're talking about. Poor spelling, poor typing is so easy to do if you're not a trained typist, and many of us aren't. So let's take a look at my test post. I click on the discussion test post, and you can see this is just a test post. Now if I click on the word post, which we created a hyperlink for, that's going to open up the page that we linked to. If I wanted to edit my post, I would just click the edit button, and I can go in here and add more content, literally, and save my changes. And it takes me back to the post. Now that's creating a post, which is fairly straightforward. If I wanted to reply to a post, I would read the post that I'm going to reply to and click the reply link. And you can see here that it's already put the subject in there because we're replying to a post. And then the same message block area that we have, and this is just a reply. So I post that. And again, it will tell me I have the 30 minutes. That's a standard system feature. And you can see here is the discussion now. It has a test post and a reply to that. It's presenting these posts in nested form. You do have some options to change the way the displays are presented. You can do, this is called a flat display with the newest first, so that means that any replies or anything that comes in after that initial post will be at the top. And you can see that it moves down automatically, so you would always go in and see the newest post at the first. But I think if you're new to discussion boards, if you don't have a lot of experience with them, nested form is probably the easiest way to allow you to follow a thread that might have a number of different replies. So let's just take a quick look at what happens there. Nesting, we can see the example here of the original post and the reply. So if I reply to the reply, and we're just going to put some text in here, and I post it again, 30 minutes to edit the post that I'm creating, and you can see that it's indented it down. Now if I go up to the original post, and I wanted to reply to that original post with a slightly different take on it than the other replies. Hopefully that makes sense. I click reply, and I think this is wrong, and we post that. And so you can see that here's the original post, here's this first thread of replies, and then here's another reply. So it's gone and indented the reply, indented the text replying to that first reply, and then because we replied in a separate way, this is getting a little bit wordy, but it does illustrate the point. You can see the indent level is the same, so that if I'm coming in to read the forums, I can see, well, here's a whole thread of a conversation. Here's a new conversation starting out underneath this first post. So it just helps me organize things. If I change the display back to oldest first, it just sort of chunks everything in chronological order. That is problematic, as you can see here, because you don't know which post is replying to which. So I would recommend keeping it at the default nested form and being able to visually gauge what's happening in a discussion forum that way. That should be enough to get you up and rolling. You know how to use the editor, which is one of the functional features that you need to be able to do. You also will need a little bit of software to help you work through this course, and obviously you have a browser if you're viewing this or you're viewing the page. You'll need Acrobat Reader because there are often a lot of documents that are put up in Adobe Acrobat format, the PDF format, and you can see those flagged by the little PDF icon. If you don't have Acrobat Reader, you can go to adobe.com and download it for free. It's pretty much available for any operating system you're going to be working with here. You may need the ability to open up Word documents or spreadsheets. If you don't have Microsoft Office, you can certainly use Google Documents that will read the formats and open them for you so you can work on them. To create a Google document account, you need a Gmail account, and you can just go to gmail.com and create a new account if you don't have one there, and then that gives you access to the whole suite of products that Google has made available, Google Docs being one of those. Your browser and those two elements, Acrobat Reader, some sort of document reading software or site, will get you off the ground and running. So I hope you enjoy your course, and if you have any questions, ask your instructors or have them send a message to our help desk, and we'll try to work it through with you. Holy crap.